I notice a reflection, good morning everybody, on top of this tower with my natural eyes, but it's not so, it is kind of clear on the top of the spire. We're on the top of the Mount of Olives, the tallest tower there, the Ascension Church of the Russian Orthodox sisters. And then there's Mount Scopus with Hebrew University and Augusta Victoria. And here we have a close tower to us. Can you hear me? It said audio is not working here, but I think maybe you hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Good. So I am happy. So welcome to December, the 1st of December. Welcome to a new liturgical year. And we'll be reading especially from the Gospel of Luke in this year. And welcome to Jerusalem as you join me this morning and we see the sun rising here. And the new liturgical year opens with Advent. And it's classical at the beginning of Advent to mention three different comings. A historical one in the past in Bethlehem, 5 miles south of here, where he was born. And then we have, in a straight line here in the corner of the school here to the left of the screen, between that and the next hotel, if you look down 5 miles there, you have Bethlehem. In the little town of Bethlehem. But that triggers us to think of his coming that's happening today in our lives. Because God is always coming, he's always approaching us. He doesn't abandon us. We couldn't actually live without him holding us. And it's basically our attention waking up to him that he's here. Waking up. It's a big Advent word, to be awake. To be awake for his coming. And then we look to the definitive coming at the end of time. Sometimes we have visitors at Magdala. And once there was a famous football player from Denver. And one of the consecrated women is from there. And she was disappointed to miss him when he came. She would love to have greeted him. I think it's Manning, Peyton Manning. We didn't know he was coming. But we do know Jesus is coming, so we can be ready. We weren't able to be ready for Peyton Manning, but we are ready to be. We know that Jesus is coming, and therefore we are aware. We can be aware, or we can be asleep and let him come and go and we don't notice. In the churches, it's very common to have the Advent wreath with the 4 candles, and one is lit on each Sunday for Advent. And the third one is a different color. It's not purple, it's pink, brighter, lighter joy. And so we're getting really close on the third Sunday. Today we're at the first Sunday. The whole idea of waiting. We're all waiting. We know we haven't arrived yet. We haven't arrived at the perfect solution for anything, really. Especially for my own heart. My own heart wants another step of growth. My own heart expects a fulfillment that I don't have yet. And this beautiful opening line of Jeremiah, the days are coming, says the Lord. That's the meaning of the word Advent. Adventus is the coming. The days are coming, says the Lord, when I will fulfill the promise I made to the house of Israel and Judah. This is Judah here. Jerusalem is on the boundary actually between Judah and Benjamin. The days are coming when I will fulfill the promise. Oh, that works well today. I don't have the cable. A little child waits with great expectation for the promise that mom or dad made to be fulfilled, a trip to some place, or to buy a sweater, a promise of a prize, an award for a certain change in behavior. And we're all in that dynamic of life that we're tending towards a fulfillment, towards a promise, towards an expectation. And actually, if we weren't, we'd be pretty bored and pretty dead. So it's good to have this kind of blessing in our lives of being in a path to fulfillment. We're making progress. We don't have goals, a place we're heading to. Life would lose a lot of its luster, its spice, its excitement. And this is the time to kindle this dimension, to rekindle it, to stoke the fire of our expectation of what's coming. It doesn't mean to escape from the present. It means about adjusting the present to what's coming. If I know there's rain coming or a heavy storm, I prepare. That's before a danger. But also, look, all the people who are preparing for Black Friday, it was coming and they wanted to have an opportunity to acquire some goods that normally they wouldn't be able to afford because of the price reductions. It's something coming, so I need to get ready, and I need to get up early, and I need to be out there. Maybe there's some kind of craziness and madness in that image, and it's kind of counter to what we want for our soul, of the serenity and the focus. But just from the point of view of focus, it's an interesting thing. The days are coming, says the Lord, when I will fulfill the promise. And since this is about our relationship with God, then we have this beautiful Psalm 24 here, 25. To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. All the paths of the Lord are kindness and constancy. the constancy of the bells. To you, O Lord, I lift up my soul. Lift up your hearts. The gospel passages, we have the same kind of apocalyptic, the signs in the sky, the roaring of the sea, nations will be in dismay. So it's that big vision of a definitive justice, a definitive solution for all of the history. But there's a today coming as well, and it's in the second letter, in the second reading, it's the oldest writing of Christianity as far as we know, the New Testament, the first letter to the Thessalonians. And this line is so interesting. May the Lord make you increase and abound in love for one another and for all. So it's very important for one another in the home, but also a love for all. On the 1st of December, we remember a famous French man who was raised in a very wealthy family and in the military, and he had everything on his side, and he had a huge turnaround in his life as he was in Algeria. His name is Charles de Foucault, and he was actually killed on this day, but he had an extraordinary love an appreciation, first of all, and a love for the Muslim people in Algeria. And he is now a saint. He has an extraordinary way of relating to them with the great gentleness and love. To love everybody, also those who are not of my tribe, of my family, of my neighborhood, of my street, of my village, of even my country, but to love everybody, that universal love. And here we find that in the first writing of Christianity that we know recorded, and just in terms of chronology, the first letter to the Thessalonians. May the Lord make you increase and abound in love. May the Lord make you increase and abound in love for one another and for all. How do we talk about others? Other people, people from other religions, people from other cultures, people from other strata of society, people from other backgrounds. It's amazing as we meet other people and get to know them, how we discover what we share with them, what they share with us. May the Lord make you increase and abound in love. I think we leave it like that for today. May the Lord bless you. And may you start a wonderful Advent with one or two good proposals. That our life is filled with the greatest expectation. And with the greatest love that's been given to us. God bless you. See you later, alligators. This nice chilly December morning here in Jerusalem.